Welcome to Atlanta, Georgia, football fans, as we get a look inside a Mercedes-Benz Stadium. Today, two NFC South teams set to tangle between the Tampa Bay Buccaneers and the Atlanta Falcons. Ball is teed up. Chase McLaughlin to do the honors. And we're underway in Atlanta. Here's Jamal Agnew on the return. And this drive will start inside the 25. All right, let's get this show on the road. It is 1st and 10. Penix to the air to start us off. And he's taken down, but some quality yardage on that play.
You know what I like about that, Kate? I like that they're not coming out slow. They're willing to go with some looks here that will yield big yardage down the field instead of just settling for dinking and dunking the ball.
First and 10 from the 41. Penix now to throw. Nabbed by Kyle Pitts. They gain 14 on the play, and the Falcons will have a first.
Nice to see that connection, that chemistry working between the two of them.
From the 44-yard line now, 1st and 10. They'll run it here with Bijan Robinson. Wow, he had to power through one tackle just to get back to the line that time.
Where one defender failed, well, his buddy was there to swarm to the ball and make that play just as it gets to the line of scrimmage.
First down run netted him nothing. Here is 2nd and 10. Throwing for the pistol, Penix. He gets a lot behind one, deep downfield. And that's going to be knocked away, incomplete. First time this game they've looked to him. And things look tougher now with 3rd and long.
You know, I say this all the time. You get down there to the red zone, and things happen so fast. Those windows close in a hurry. The quarterback's fortunate that was one hand and not two hands that got on the football.
Third down, it's Penix. Mooney downfield, and he has it. Touchdown, Atlanta! The Falcons start the game off right with a 6-0 lead. All right, so a nice little drive they put together there in their first series of the season, partner, and the year begins on a high note with a touchdown.
Yeah, they'll be able to begin this season on a high note with a win. Well, they put more drives like that together, they sure will, but I don't know. I got that Pete Carroll just still bouncing in my brain. It's not how you start, it's how you finish, but you can't start much better than that.
To kick it away, here's Pinion. Has this at the 6. And he's out of bounds, up beyond the 30. It's a new set of downs for him at the 32. Here's the give to Irving. He swarms in the middle. This gets maybe a yard. Jalen Walker firing over to take him down.
I don't think that's the amount that they were looking for there, Kate. Gonna lead to some shuffling around here in the playbook. Find a more aggressive call on second.
Following that little 2-yard run, it's 2nd and 8. From the gun, Mayfield. The Falcons getting close, and they take him down! A dose of the hurry-up offense here. They need some extra time to think over 3rd and long. We've got a timeout. And after using an early one, 2 left for him to spend. So not an enviable spot here as they come up on 3rd and very long. Baker now from the gun. Evans brings in the slant. Looked great initially, but he is short on that 1st down marker. They rallied to him in time to force the 4th down. They'll indeed go for this. It's Mayfield. Throw is caught by the back. And he's going to get this up to the 45 before he's brought down. Moving quickly, trying to get set again. First down throw here, Mayfield. He throws a bullet down the right sideline. He's got it down the sideline. It's a huge pickup on the play. And that's good for a Buccaneer 1st down.
Now, right there, that's what you want to see on your opening drive. Boom! Connect on a big shot, and instantly you set a tone that you're not going to be afraid to be aggressive in this game today. Boy, do I love that.
What a spot for a big play, huh, Brock? It has him well into the red zone now with 1st and 10. Once more, it's Mayfield. And he's not quite that fast. Let him just a bit too much. That's incomplete.
There's the importance of staying in phase as a defender. He was all over him in coverage, and that really did help force the incompletion.
No dice on that prior pass. Here's second down. Baker throwing again. The throw is caught. And he drives this forward to the 6. Offense in the hurry up here. On 3rd and 2, here's Mayfield. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. Offense up to the line fast. Mayfield throwing on 4th. This one's caught. And the early aggressiveness is answered. They went for it on their opening series, and the defense stops them. That's a turnover on downs.
I think this defense was resigned to giving up 3 points on the opening series. Instead, well, they got the chance to deny them anything, and boy, did they ever attack it.
About ready to go now. 1st and 10. Drive begins with a run. It's Robinson. Can't slip that initial tackle. Stops made for no gain on that 1st down play.
This is one of those plays that I wish we had the huddle mic'd up, Kate, because I can assure you that offensive line in their own way is telling that running back, sorry, we did not give you any chance.
All right, here we go. 2nd down. Penix working from the gun. Finds a seam down the middle. The 50. The 30. The 10. All the way. That's an Atlanta touchdown. The Falcons get another 6 to make this a 13-0 game. Well, that right there, Brock, is saving all of your guys a whole lot of work. I see 10 dudes breathing easy out there, and only one of them out of breath, and he's the one holding that football in the end zone.
Are you sure about that? Because you know what I love about these moments?
What?
I love especially going back and watching them on tape and watching the big guys. Watching all those O-linemen. Certainly some are going to walk, some are going to wave, but eventually some will make their way 90 yards downfield to celebrate that one as well. Because you're right, it was one heck of a show.
Good starting field position for the Buccaneers. 1st and 10. Mayfield now from the gun. Down the field, Evans has it. And he's going to set them up with a 1st down on a huge gain.
This entire play, Kate, depends on how well he can separate from his man. You get man-to-man coverage, it's really about 2 things: separation and trust. Because QBs want to throw it before he breaks, that's the trust, and then they got to believe that that separation can create the big play down the field.
He's pushed straight ahead, and that's maybe a yard at most. Troy Anderson that time with the tackle.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
We're through one quarter of this opening weekend of football. It's an early advantage for the Falcons. We'll make our return to Mercedes-Benz Stadium after this. Back for the start of quarter number 2. It's Buccaneers football as we begin. They'll begin the quarter with 2nd and 8. Shotgun snap for Mayfield. Has him on the quick hitter. And he's down inside the red zone before hitting the deck. Working quickly here. First down, here's Baker. That'll be incomplete to start the new set of downs.
I think if you look up in phase in the defensive encyclopedia, that is a picture-perfect form of it. He was all over him in coverage, really forcing the incompletion.
So after the incompletion, here comes the 2nd down call. Running back sent in motion. On 2nd and 10, Mayfield again. Caught near the goal line. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. The Buccaneers start to fight back with their first points of this game. On is Chase McLaughlin for the point after. Extra point sent right down the middle. And the Buccaneers chop the lead in half. It's down to 7. And just like that, we're back to a one-possession ball game as the kickoff is away. On the return, here's Ray McLeod. He's brought down at what looks like the 24-yard line. Falcons getting ready. Here comes 1st and 10. Penix off the play action. And oh, someone stepped in. It's intercepted. Christian is in with the INT. Well, we all know, Brock, those slot guys start piling up receptions, and that makes them a priority target for the defense.
Yep.
They kept someone nearby, and they pick off that check down.
Yeah, if a play breaks down in today's football, like back in my day, last century, you checked down the running back. That's not the case anymore. These slot receivers, well, they're as big a security blanket as running backs are, but the defenses, to your point, Kate, they figured it out too. And that defense, well, they didn't just figure it out in their head. They went out and executed with their bodies to take it away.
1st and 10, it's Mayfield. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. You go middle of the field against zone coverage, Brock. You know this firsthand. You are throwing into rush hour, and there aren't a lot of easy completions to be found in that part of the field.
Yeah, and a lot of those throws, Kate, you're signing your guy up to take some sort of hit. It's on you to protect your guys. Credit that defense for flying around and making the play.
Couldn't connect on 1st. It's 2nd down. Throwing again is Baker. Short pass brought in. And they get this down to the 12-yard line before being stopped. A dose of the hurry-up offense here. Working inside the red zone. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. Working across the middle, Brock, it is tough for anybody to make plays through all that mess, even when you're the biggest and baddest pass catcher on the roster.
But as a tight end, you're going to be disappointed because that's what you're paid to do. It's one thing for those undersized receivers you talk about. It's another one for these big tight ends. You are paid to make that catch through contact, and he couldn't do it.
No dice on that prior pass. Here's second down. Sticking in the air. Here's Mayfield. And they will score. It's a Tampa touchdown. The Buccaneers pick it off and get points on the ensuing drive. Well, Brock, you know this better than most. Sometimes these dudes can be a quarterback's best friend, finding the tight end in the end zone for 6.
And it really has been that way for decades when you think about it, Kate. From John Mackey to Tony Gonzalez to Travis Kelce. The position could be such a mismatch when you're throwing for the end zone.
Now after tying this game up, they're all set to center away. McLeod now returning it. And pretty solid field position starting out here, Brock.
Menu narration set to 100. Menu narration set to 100.
Tackled at the 29. Atlanta about ready to go now. 1st and 10. Here's Robinson to start the drive. Dropped by the first guy he met. No gain on that first down run.
This is one of those situations, Kate, where I watch the body language of the running back because it'd be very easy for him to raise his hands up, look to the sideline in his O-line and go, what am I supposed to do there? There was nothing, no time at all to try and escape and react. Instead, it goes backwards.
Here's 2nd and 11. That one doesn't find its man, incomplete. No luck finding his receiver that time. So now it's going to be 3rd and long.
That's a throw at this level. With so much speed and length, you got to be real careful. Rarely do you find a clean window down the middle. Got to be absolutely perfect, and it wasn't there.
Third down, it's Penix. Man downfield, and he finds London. And he's into the end zone for an Atlanta touchdown. The Falcons take a 2nd quarter lead. Drake London with a touchdown.
First thing you do as a quarterback, the first thing that you do when you get to the NFL level, if you haven't learned it earlier, is you scan those safeties. Do I got middle field open or close? Do I got single high or two high? Is that post going to be available? Because if it is, big plays can follow.
Out to kick it away, here's Pinion. Return coming from the 6. And he's brought down inside the 20 on an uneventful effort. All right, starting in the pistol this time, Brock. 1st and 10. Baker out of the pistol. Has it downfield, working the left. Hits the 20. And they're going to take this to the end zone for a Tampa Bay touchdown. The Buccaneers can tie it up in the second after cutting into the lead. That score was less about the throw, although it was good, partner, but it was more about getting it to somebody who knew exactly what to do with it.
Well, Kate, it's a good thing the touchdown shows up on both their stat sheets, because sometimes, well, it's quarterback who delivers, and sometimes it's the effort after the catch that really makes the magic happen.
So we've got a tie ball game now as they send this away. McLeod now returning it. And he's brought down just inside the 25. First call here coming from the shotgun. Penix here from the gun. Buying some time right. Got to him right as he threw it, and it falls to the ground.
Well, that's one you chalk up to the pressure earning that incompletion. They came in before he could find a target, hit him, altered that last-second attempt to get rid of it.
So after the incompletion, here comes the 2nd down call. From the shotgun, Penix. That one's caught along the left sideline. They get 28 out of that play. And it's good for an Atlanta 1st down.
Gosh, that is so demoralizing defensively. You do everything right, you draw it up right, you got double coverage, and yet you still can't take the ball away.
Ball on the 45, 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Robinson. And they're going to be humbled here on 1st down. Going to wind up losing yards on this play.
Kate, I'll never forget walking into the Hall of Famer Dwight Freeney's meeting room with those defensive linemen. The late, great John Tierlink, his coach, he had a little sign up in his office, and it was sacks, and that money sign was the S, because ends and D linemen make their money with sacks. But you win games when they stop the run like that for a tackle for loss.
And he's out of bounds at the opposing 15-yard line. It's a 31-yard play, and the Falcons will have a 1st.
Speed kills, baby. You better make that tackle right away on these receivers, or you're going to get some serious yak. Those yards after catch just like that. Take it a short gain and turn it into an explosive play.
1st and 10 are under Robinson. And that's good yardage there with a new set of downs to boot. Moving quickly, trying to get set again. They go play action. Here's Penix. And he will score. Touchdown, Atlanta! The Falcons take a 2nd quarter lead. And that, Brock, I know you're keeping track, but just in case our audience isn't, his 4th first-half passing touchdown. At the pace he's on, this would be a new record if he has a 2nd half to match this one. Extra point by Koo is up and good. And the Falcons break that tie and now lead by 7. Out to kick it away, here's Pinion. Has this at the 6. And this drive will start inside the 25. Tampa Bay bringing the offense to the line. It's 1st and 10. Mayfield thrown out of the pistol. Right side hauled in by Godwin. And he picks up a nice chunk before the stop is made.
Well, that is pretty darn impeccable timing between the two. They hit a curl route of that length. It takes great anticipation and precision by the quarterback, and the receiver on the other end finishing it, doing his job.
First down, ball at the 36. Handoff headed right, Irving. Can't slip that initial tackle. Stops made for no gain on that first down play.
These defensive ends today are so good, Kate, with their hands, and it's often right off the jump. If you can win with your hands, if you can create space, you could get a tackle behind the line of scrimmage.
Everyone's prepped. It's 2nd down now. Baker now from the gun. Finds him over the middle. And he has them a first down, which they will tackle on the other side of this 2-minute warning. From the gun, Mayfield. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. Ball and defender arrived at the exact same time there. And it sets up 2nd down. They were looking for him again, Brock, and for a moment, we thought he had another catch. But then that contact knocked the football from his hands.
Kind of become a victim of his own early success. Not too different, Kate, than a pass rusher that gets a sack. You know what happens? Got to slide to him, got to chip to him. You get a receiver that gets it going like this, you know more contact and more focus is coming his way.
They kick the running back in motion. 2nd down, Mayfield to pass. And he just got it away before the hit, but the pass winds up incomplete. It's going to be 3rd down.
This is why we hear about closing speed so often when you evaluate players. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released and alter that throw.
Running back sent in motion. 3rd down, here's Mayfield. Connects on the crosser. And he's brought down, but there's some laundry on the field. So a little too much contact on the part of the defender, and the officials flag him for it. So the drive continues after that pass interference call. We've got 1st and 10. Running it after the penalty. He'll have him gain about a handful there. Divine Diablo there on the tackle.
Kate, I know you can see that smile on my face as we stand next to each other. Sure, I love that run. But I'm thinking about some great running backs. In fact, Corey Dillon, who created a lot of negative grades on my play sheet because I didn't want to carry out no fake. I wanted to watch the damage he could do like we just saw.
From the 22 on 2nd down. Oh, not like this. An interception ends that drive. And the Falcons will take over as he records his first interception of our season.
Oh, coaches just love that effort right there. Instantly, as he made the pick, everybody was looking for a block and doing their part to set up the return. And I know it pales in comparison to giving up the turnover, but how about the effort on the other side to track him down and stop a potential pick six? I think everybody deserves a little credit on the field for that effort.
Throwing for the pistol, Penix. Completes, it's Bijan Robinson. And that one goes for a gain of 11. And it's good for an Atlanta first down.
This running back is a mismatch maker. That's how I label him on my little sheet right here. Right under his bio, this guy just creates matchup nightmares for every defender on the field.
Throwing now on first down, Penix. Finds London on the slant. And this one's brought to an end well downfield from that line of scrimmage.
From a great throw to a nice route and catch to moving the chains, there wasn't a whole lot not to like about that amazing play.
It's a new set of downs for him at the 32. Penix now on first down. Into traffic, complete. And he didn't get much time to secure it as he takes a shot. Good job to even hang on through that catch there.
I call this quarterback's best friend. Some call it a safety valve, some call it automatic, but it's sure nice as a quarterback when you got a trusty running back over the middle of the field that you could depend on.
Penix is going to throw again. Now try to set up the screen. Here's Robinson. That screen sniffed out quickly, shut down behind the line. Timeout called by Atlanta. That's going to be its second. And they still have one in their pocket for what's left of this half.
Kate, that's one of those situations as a quarterback that on my grade sheet, that's a negative. That screen was ambushed by the defense, and you've got to throw it away. Just find a way to put it at his feet and not create a negative play for your offense.
Let's see what they draw up on a 3rd and 7. And again, it's Penix. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And the defense comes through. That's going to back him up and bring up 4th down.
When they were in their defensive meetings this week, that's exactly how you draw it up. Play sound zone defense. Give that quarterback nowhere to go. Let that pass rush get home.
All right, they're going to call a timeout. 3 seconds left. That means one last play in this half. So now on 4th down, the Falcons electing to send Young Hui Koo after the field goal. This a 54-yarder. And this kick is good. He needed to get all of it there, and he did. So that's the halfway point of this edition of the NFL on EA Sports. Brock and I will be back right after this. Well, if you love high-scoring games, no doubt you have been glued to your television so far. And no signs of slowing down as we begin our second half. Making some progress here. The ball is out! And thankfully for them, that nice return is not lost on the fumble, Brock. It skips out of bounds. They're going to still get to send the offense out.
You know what? This game is hard. So sometimes catching a break or two in just the right circumstances is a big deal. Sideline could be your best friend as a runner because you lose the ball next to it, there's a good chance it could go harmlessly out of bounds.
Good starting field position for the Buccaneers. 1st and 10. Looking to throw here and shake off that previous INT. Has him on the quick hitter. And he's going to be drugged down, looks like at that 37-yard line. Offense in the hurry up here. First down, here's Baker. Throwing the out route complete. And he gets down to the 24 before he stopped. Offense up to the line fast. First down throw here, Mayfield. And there's a man there, it's intercepted! Jordan Fuller comes up with it. So it's been a bit of a mixed bag for him, partner. He does have the 3 touchdowns in this game, but also now a couple of interceptions.
You almost feel like, Kate, he's seeing most of the picture on how to attack this defense, but just not quite all of it yet. It's largely been good, as he said. Some nice touchdowns as well. But there's still a couple of these looks in coverage that are giving him problems, and he's got to figure that picture out.
Call it no gain on that run, and they face 2nd and 10.
Stopped right at the line, but might as well have been a loss of yards as far as the offense is concerned. It's always humbling when you try force versus force, and the defense wins out.
Well, nothing doing on the last run. It's 2nd and 10. Penix working from the gun. Big gain downfield. And this is across midfield and into enemy territory.
One thing we don't have in football is we don't have that radar gun. But if we did, Kate, this is the kind of throw, when you throw it that deep outside the numbers, that requires a serious fastball, serious arm strength, and he just showed it off.
An option give to Robinson. And they shut him down on this one. They get him behind the line, and that should push him out of field goal range.
I know from the position of the quarterback, Kate, sometimes you hand that ball, you put it in the belly of the running back, and you send him right into the teeth of a buzzsaw. You can feel it from the jump, and that call from the defense, well, it came at the perfect time.
2nd and 12 behind the sticks. Completed over the middle. And not much doing. He stopped quickly.
Well, he saw his guys pick up the blitz. Well, he felt them pick it up anyway if he wasn't looking at him. But with their effort on his behalf, I think this QB felt owed to them and the group up front to find somebody to get a completion, so that effort up front wasn't in vain.
Third down, it's Penix. That one complete to Pitts. And he's going to be taken down a yard shy of the 25. It's a gain of 12 there. And the Falcons will have a first.
I'm not sure how this defense let that guy slip through him like that. On third down, nonetheless, he took that snap as an opportunity. Man, did he make an impact play.
The drive picks up here, 1st and 10. From the shotgun, Penix. Oh, he's got it, in close. And the stop is made 3 yards from the end zone. It's going to be 1st and goal. Working quickly here. Again, Penix to the air. Escapes the pocket. And he's just going to get rid of this one. Smart move there. When you saw the field, it's going to be 2nd down.
Kate, I got to believe he hearkened back to that earlier pick and thought the better of making another. Getting outside the pocket, he was either going to try to run for it, had nowhere to go, so he simply threw it away.
So after the incomplete pass, here's 2nd and goal. Robinson will not get past the line. He's held up at the 4.
Okay, that is just a terrific effort defensively, and now really sets you up. I don't think this offense can run it, not after getting knocked backward on second down.
A big moment for them here to begin this new season. Here's 3rd and goal. Penix here from the gun. And that's complete in the end zone. Touchdown, Atlanta! The Falcons push their lead further to start the half. Kyle Pitts with a touchdown. Koo with the extra point. And the Falcons take a 3-possession lead. Out to kick it away, here's Pinion. Here's a return from the 7. Big shot at the end of that run back as he gets it just past the 20. Starting out with an empty backfield, Brock. Here they come, 1st and 10. Interception last drive doesn't deter them. They're going right back to the air. And the Falcons are going to have it after his 2nd interception of the season. Oh, man, Brock, those other leaders on that sideline, they've got to sit him down and calm him down. 3 consecutive drives now where he's thrown an interception.
Yeah, this defense is just all over him, seeing every throw, anticipating these routes before they're even run. When he's dropping back to throw, and I know this feeling, it's horrible as a quarterback. It feels like there's 20 defenders out there on this defense.
On 1st down, here's Penix. Oh, he got hit as he was throwing, and unsurprisingly, it falls incomplete. 2nd down coming up.
I know that you and I love, Kate, looking at plays and discussing them and all the different outlets and checkdowns, and usually there's a completion to be had, but not against this defense. Not on that one.
On 2nd and 10, it's Penix. Pass is cut at the 9. And they'll advance this down to the 5-yard line. Working inside the red zone. On the move, headed right. Well, the pressure nearly got to him, but still a good play defensively as that one falls incomplete.
That is a DB's best friend, pressure. That pressure earned that incompletion. They came in before he could find a target and hit him to alter that last-second attempt to get rid of it.
It's Penix yet again. And he's into the end zone for an Atlanta touchdown. The Falcons parlay the interception into points. That is his 6th passing score of the game. A lot of quarterbacks could go several weeks without throwing that many touchdowns. And now, keep in mind, he's only one off the NFL record of 7 in a single game. And it's off the mark. The kick is no good, but I think they can spare a point or two given the size of this lead. Out to kick it away. Here's Pinion. This one's fielded at the 4-yard line. And a decent run back is going to end as they bring him down inside the 30. Bucks to the line. 1st and 10. Trying to shake off the interception. He's looking to throw. Finds a seam down the middle. And he's going to go down right along the midfield stripe. They pick up 20 yards there. And that's good enough for a Tampa 1st down. The dose of the hurry-up offense here. Mayfield on 1st and 10. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete.
This defense, they had a plan, and they've done an excellent job executing it. Instead of a main character, they've reduced this receiver to a footnote. Kudos to the job collectively on defense.
Couldn't connect on 1st. It's 2nd down. Throwing again is Baker. That's incomplete on 2nd down.
That's just simply one of those situations, Kate, where I think you and I got to tip our cap to the defense. Really took away everybody. There was no outlet, and only an incompletion could be had.
Last pass unsuccessful, and they have 3rd down here. Throwing again, it's Mayfield. Finds him on the crossing route. And he's down. Looks like they made the stop at the 46-yard line. Down big, they're going to exhaust all options, it appears. The offense lining up to go for this. We've reached the end of 3 in our Week 1 opener. It's the Bucks who are going to have the football. This game has been an absolute nightmare for them. Now, can't blame them looking at that scoreboard, right? Might as well go for this on 4th down. Desperation time here. Got a man. This is Evans. And this one's worked down to the 33 before being stopped. Moving quickly, trying to get set again. Once more, it's Mayfield. And that's incomplete. Wanted to dial up the aggressiveness there like that, but couldn't connect. 2nd down. He's been a frequent target throughout this game, Bronk. We've seen that coverage tighten up a little bit more on him every time the ball's thrown his way.
Well, hasn't taken him off the board completely. He's still beating them for some catches, but that heightened focus defensively does lead to moments like that one where what would normally be a catch falls incomplete.
Baker throwing again. Oh, brother, it's another interception. Xavier Watts picks it. And the Falcons are going to have it. And he's going to hang on to that football. That's his 1st career interception.
I'll hear a lot of defensive coordinators say you've got to earn the right to rush the passer by doing work on the early downs. You know what this is, Kate? They've earned the right to be aggressive defensively with the work they did through 3 quarters, and this defense is cutting it loose.
Beginning on the ground with Algier. And they blow up the opening play of this drive. Love the aggressiveness from this defense.
You know how we hear about teams and quarterbacks avoid targeting a stud cornerback, just throwing away from him? Well, maybe they should avoid running it anywhere near this guy. He's having no issue stopping these plays cold.
Throwing for the pistol, Penix. And he let his man just a little too much there. That's an incomplete pass. That throw was looking for Kyle Pitts. So they're left facing 3rd and long. Well, he already has himself 1 interception in his game, partner, and throws like that are going to find him another if he isn't careful.
Yep, those are the throws you want to intersperse, kind of sprinkle into your passing game, because if they become the norm and you're constantly thrown into coverage, that's when 1 pick becomes 2, 2 becomes 3, and on and on.
Getting out to his left. That one's caught by Mooney. An excellent gain, 20 yards there, and that's going to move the sticks.
Don't you feel sometimes, Kate, up here in the booth when we get to see things develop, we're playing the same guessing game that defenses are on those kind of plays? Is he planning on keeping it or just waiting for a throw to develop and get open? That time the QB did a terrific job of finding that outlet.
Penix now on 1st down. Cut down the field. It's Pitts. And he's into the end zone for an Atlanta touchdown. The Falcons keep adding to that 4th quarter lead. Kyle Pitts with a touchdown. His 2nd scoring catch of the game. Koo on now for the extra point. The point after splits the uprights. And the Falcons grow their lead yet again. To kick it away, here's Pinion. His return starts at the 5. Good work so far. He's got room. They're going to track him down, but a nice effort in the end there, Brock. He's up to the 38. Good starting field position for the Buccaneers. 1st and 10. Looking to throw here and shake off that previous INT. And he goes down. The Falcons got to him. Offense in the hurry up here. Another try following the sack. This one's taken in by Otten. And he's going to go out with a pickup of 3, so chipping away a few here ahead of this 3rd down.
You know, Kate, over the years, I've heard defensive coordinators say, hey, you got to earn the right to rush the passer. You got to earn the right for me to call blitzes. And when you call a blitz and you don't get home and you don't hit the quarterback, you've earned nothing.
Third and long, Mayfield. Evans brings in the slant. And this one doesn't go far. Offense up to the line fast. Oh, saw some movement there. That's going to cost them 5. There was a blitz coming, and that got somebody to panic and jump early. It cost them 5 yards. After the penalty, let's see how their composure is on this 4th down. Here we go, it's Mayfield. No place to go. They get him to the turf and force a turnover on downs.
50% hit rate on 4th down, while not horrible, to me signifies something even more important, Kate, and that's that this offense is going to continue to be aggressive. It's been their mindset throughout, and I don't think it's going to change anytime soon.
Shotgun snap, a give to Robinson, and he's able to manage a couple on that run.
This offense is now left with some ground to make up a little bit here on second down after that drive starts with a very minimal gain.
Eight yards to go. Let's see how they approach this second down. Staying with Robinson. And 2 yards all he can get. It's third down.
You know, not a ton of yards, but still showing that commitment to the ground game. The type of run that keeps the defense from loading up in coverage and focusing entirely on that passing game.
Penix on third down. That one complete to Pitts. And they're going to be set up with a first and goal here from the 7.
You know, Kate, they say a dog is a man's best friend. A tight end that moves the chains on third down, that's a QB's best friend.
4 downs now to get in. Here's first and goal. Here's Robinson. So some defensive initiative in that goal to go, Brock. They take him down behind the line. Second and goal coming up.
I'm going to guess at some point, whether it's in the huddle or over there on the bench on the sidelines after this drive, QB's going to go apologize to that running back. He just ran him into one heck of a negative play.
Need better results here on second and goal from the 10. Oh, Brock, look at this. He's setting up to throw it. Has it down close. And this one stopped at the 3-yard line.
Rhythm. You hear me talk about rhythm a lot. Whether it's a golf swing, a baseball swing, heck, even a bowler gets himself into rhythm. And I'm just telling you, Kate, from experience, these little throws to running backs, it's one of the best things to get your offense into rhythm and a nice little gain on top of it.
Penix on third and goal. Dumps it off to his running back. And he's not going to get in. Another stand defensively, and they've made it fourth and goal.
Well, that's one of the moments as a QB, you just feel like those defenders are in your huddle. To drop them for a loss on third down can't happen. That's an incredibly quick read by the defense.
Fourth down, Penix. And a completion not in the cards on that fourth and goal. They passed on 3 points, and they'll wind up with none.
You know, Kate, I don't think I've ever met a defender that cares. All they want to do is get off the field. Doesn't matter if it's a drop pass, deflection, breakup, even an interception. Challenged by the offense to get one more stop to get off the field, and that's exactly what they did.
Offense into the shotgun set as they line this up. First and 10. Shotgun snap for Mayfield. Chased out to his right. That's Evans making the catch out right. And he's brought down after a short gain. Now we're going to get an offensive timeout. That's their first. And they still have 2 available for them as we approach the end of this game. Second down now, 7 to go. Baker now from the gun. Fits it through the middle. And he'll get taken down after advancing this to the 37. Tampa spends its second timeout now. And they're still going to have 1 left at their disposal.
They like to say it's about the Jimmies and the Joes. I think that's about the X's and the O's. That's a well-drawn-up completion that nets them a first down.
Markers reset, ball at the 37. First and 10, here's Mayfield. Trying to push it deep downfield. And that one is incomplete, and the clock stops with 18 seconds to go.
Well, that was almost one of those nice chunk plays you like to see in the NFL, Kate, before he was able to recover and provide the hit and ultimately dislodge the football. You like to see that physical edge and scrappiness to contest any kind of shot plays down the field.
No dice on that prior pass. Here's second down. Sticking in the air. Here's Mayfield. And he breaks out the slide. Didn't want to take a hit, but he is just shy of the first down marker. The timeout's taken now as we have 1, possibly 2 snaps remaining in this ball game.
You know, that may have been a situation when you look back on it and he watches the tape the next day, and he's got to find a way to throw the ball because his running ability, while it gets him some yards, is not enough to get the first down.
Short yardage situation here. It's 3rd and 2. Baker now. A bit of desperation on this deep shot. And this falls incomplete with just 2 seconds remaining.
The numbers tell us pretty clearly, you get to 3rd and long, extra long, it's really hard to stay on the field. That's disappointing because that was 3rd and manageable in an incomplete.
This undoubtedly the final snap of what's already a decided contest. One final shot here. Try and push it deep downfield. And there's our last-in image of this game. It's intercepted. Jordan Fuller comes up with it. So the Falcons defend their building and take the win at home. And this isn't just any 1-0 start for them. They pick up what could end up being a key division victory to have later in this season.
See everybody do this. Hey, let's go. Snap your fingers.